Take the manifold off.
We're working on it. Hey guys, welcome back to Restoration Rescue. My name's Chris, and in today's video, we're going to be working on tearing down the 305. We were going to do sandblasting today. I know you guys were really excited for it, but our 60-gallon Eastwood wasn't ready prepared for today, so we're going to knock that out. So like I said, we bought a brand new air compressor. It's the 60-gallon from Eastwood. It's the 3.7 running HP horsepower. So we had the Cobalt, which didn't put out enough CFM to do the sandblasting, so we went out and got this. Unfortunately, we got it wired in today. We just don't have it in the right spot where we want it set for when we do the sandblasting. So we're not going to do that today. Like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to tear apart the front end of this motor and the whole thing and hopefully get it down to the complete block so we can start working on progress of getting this sent out to the machine shop so that we can get it built back up and get it ready for when the truck is almost ready to get put back together. So let's start. We got to drain the oil, and that's the first thing we need to do. So let's hit that and let's get this thing started. So our supervisor John has told us that we need to start with the top end before we worry about the oil. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock off the distributor cap and then start peeling off some of these hoses and the electrical so that we can get this thing down, so we can start taking off the manifold, the valve covers, and the exhaust manifolds and all that obviously first, so that we can get it down to the block. So let's get to getting the distributor off, and we'll be back with you in a minute. All right, so that last hook comes off, and it should just pop right up. It should. Let's see, what are we caught on? Oh, I think we got caught back on this hook right here. There we go. And straight off, and it's just connected in there. I just got to disconnect it.
Right.
Oh, and one of those popped off.
That's your live wire.
Yep.
That's for the juice.
We can disconnect it right up here.
Two clips, that's all.
There it is. Our distributor cap is completely
the coil
off.
built into the cap, you know.
What's that?
The coil is built into that cap.
Yeah. So as you can see, that's the inside of the distributor, and that's the rotor. We just got to mark where it is so that we know if we're going to put this one back on, where it goes. So all right, so we got the engine cleared of all the tubes and whatnot up top. So now we're going to take this bracket off, and then we're going to work on the manifold. So once we get the manifold, then we can do the exhaust manifolds and then work on the valve covers to get this thing torn down even further. So we're going to start right here, if I go the right direction.
Always to the left, coming off.
Yup.
Always to the left.
That's why we have a supervisor. All right, so actually we're going to start off with taking the exhaust manifolds according to the supervisor, and we want to do it on this side so he can watch us. So it's only a few bolts, get this knocked out, then move to the other side, and then start tearing down the top of the motor. All right, per the supervisor, we're going to take off the valve covers, then we're going to take out the distributor cap, and then we're going to take out the manifold. So we're going to knock that out here for you. We're going to go hopefully get this done real quick. All right, guys, so we got the valve covers off. According to John, the supervisor, who was a former mechanic, says the engine looks pretty good. Looks like it's a little dried out, but that could be from sitting for a while. But what we're gonna do now is get the distributor cap, which is 1 bolt. Then we're gonna take the manifold off with 12 bolts. And then we're gonna keep on tearing it down once we get the intake manifold off. So this one is a special tool. Obviously I don't have it. John, the mechanic, does, but we don't. So we're just gonna try and use it with a regular wrench to get it off. It looks like it's gonna move, but it is gonna take a little bit. All right, so we got the intake manifold off now. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna loosen up each lifter, move them off to the left or the right, so we can get the, my mind's going blank. What are they?
You gotta do that to take the push rod down.
Push rod, sorry, my brain went dumb for a second, I apologize. Loosen them up a little bit so we can move the push rod so we can save the push rods.
You're gonna put new push rods in, right?
I think so. I think that's what.
If we had a big piece of cardboard, you check and see if they're bent.
Yeah, right, because you
You
put.
can blow air through it with your mouth.
I gotta actually put my lips on it, right? A little bit, yeah. That one's good. All right, so we are gonna move on to taking off the head bolts now, but if you were gonna keep all those, the push rods, you would label them so you know exactly where they came out, so you can put them right back where they came in. However, we're gonna go with all new stuff, so we don't really need to keep track of where they came out of. So now we're gonna clean up some of these bolts that need to come out. There's quite a few. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 on the bottom on each head, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 on the bottom of the head. So all those on each side need to come out. We're gonna work on those. Those are gonna be a little bit of a pain because they are in their torque pretty high. So we're gonna work on that, get the head off, and then we're gonna move to the other head, do the same, and then we'll be down to just a block. Need the bar. The bar. All right, guys, thank you for joining us again for here at Restoration Rescue. I'm Chris. Thanks a lot to my supervisor, John, and Tim. We got the heads off on this. Next week, we're gonna tear around the rest of the motor down all the way down to the complete block. We're gonna get shipped out to a machine shop and start taking care of that. And then when it comes back, we'll rebuild it. But we still have a lot of good videos coming up, like sandblasting, some more welding. I hope you guys stick around and enjoy. You guys have a great one.